Story 1. Wish You Were Here has to be up there. Honorable mention because of lyrical impact. Our Last Kiss. It affects me deeply even though I have never been in love. Story 2. You Will Never Get Away from the Sound of the Woman Who Loved You. Was I just a fool? I will follow you down until the sound of my voice haunts you. Give me just a chance. You will never get away from the sound of the woman who loved you. Story 3. Gordon Lightfoot's two most popular songs are The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald and the Canadian Railroad Trilogy. Story 4. Well, my sense of humanity has gone down the drain. Behind every beautiful thing, there has been some kind of pain. I just do not see why I should even care. It is not dark yet, but it is getting there. Story 5. Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. So unreal, didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold. Story 6. Sinatra. For what is a man, what has he got? If not himself, then he has naught. To say the things he truly feels. And not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows. And did it my way. Story 7. There are so many. For example, Graceland, Paul Simon. She comes back to tell me she's gone. As if I didn't know that. As if I didn't know my own bed. As if I'd never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. And she said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everyone sees you are blown apart. Everyone sees the wind blow. Story 8. Bulls on parade by Rage Against the Machine. Weapons, not food, not homes, not shoes. Not need, just feed the war cannibal animal. I walk the corner to the rubble that used to be a library. Line up to the mine cemetery now. What we don't know keeps the contracts alive and moving. They don't have to burn the books. They just remove them, while arms warehouses fill as quickly as the cells. Story 9. McDonald's will make you fat. They serve Big Macs and Quarter Pounders. They will put pounds on you. Wesley Willis. Story 10. They say that these are not the best of times, but they are the only times I have ever known. I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. Now I have seen that sad surrender in my lover's eyes, and I can only stand apart and sympathize. We are always what our situations hand us. It is either sadness or euphoria. Story 11. Boots of Spanish leather. If I had the stars of the darkest night and the diamonds of the deepest ocean, I would forsake them all for your sweet kiss, for that is all I wish to own. Story 12. There is an Urdu poem beautifully sung by the legendary Pakistani singer Noor Jahan titled, Jo Na Mil Sake, the one I could not get. One line in this song goes, Kar pyar lab par hila, na ho ye jishi ka nasib hai, ye karam hai, uska jafa nahi, wo juda bhi reke hai. I wish I could fully translate the depth of these lines, but I will try my best. For you to still be able to love the one you lost without carrying a lament is the destiny of only a few fortunate ones. This is not a punishment, rather a blessing of God. The one I lost still remains with me to this day. This song highlights that even if someone loses their most loved person, they should still keep good wishes and intentions for them. This song always brings me to tears whenever I listen to it. Story 13. Another one that really hit differently as a father, and if I could turn back the clock, I would make sure the light defeated the dark. I would spend every hour of every day keeping you safe, holding my baby daughter and singing this, or at least attempting to her in that blubbering mess of a moment. I knew there was nothing I would not do, no sacrifice I would not make to ensure she was safe. Story 14. Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd. The entire song is full of life advice. Forget your lust for the rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. Story 15. How Do I Say Goodbye with Dean Lewis. I lost my mother 5 years ago when I was 21, and every time Dean Lewis sings, so how do I say goodbye to someone who has been with me for my whole life? I am fighting back tears. Story 16. Bridge Over Troubled Waters, Simon and Garfunkel. Oh, when darkness comes, and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Story 17. I was far too scared to hit him, but I would hit him in a heartbeat now. That is the thing with anger. It begs to stick around so it can take away your beauty and leave you spent with nothing to offer. It makes you hurt the ones who love you. Story 18. I know it hurts sometimes, but you will get over it. You will find another life to live. I know you will get over it. Landslide, song by Oh Wonder. Scars to your beautiful Alessia Cara. All of the stars, Ed Sheeran. Story 19. If I love you was a promise, would you break it if you are honest? I don't want to be you anymore, Billie Eilish. Story 20. That good kitty, make it my pet. Pretty cat, type of cat. You are never going to forget. Story 21. I never cared about cars or guns as long as they would shoot and they would run, so I guess it is a good thing I never had a son. Story 22. The Stairs by International Network Society. The nature of your tragedy is chained around your neck. Do you lead, or are you led? Are you sure that you don't care? Story 23. On My Own, Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald. So many promises. Never should be spoken. Now I know what loving you cost. Now we are up to talking divorce. And we were not even married. Story 24. Bigger houses, Dan and Shay. There's always going to be a higher high you could chase for the rest of your life. Greener grass in the yard next door. Or a shined-up Chevrolet little newer than yours. You're never going to fill an empty cup. If what you have is still not enough. The thing about happiness I've found is, it doesn't live in bigger houses. Story 25. Ed Sheeran Supermarket Flowers. Dad always told me, do not you cry when you are down. But Mum, there is a tear every time that I blink. Story 26. So free for the moment. Lost somewhere between the earth and the sky. So free for the moment. Lost because I want to be lost. Do not try to find me. The Martinis, free. Story 27. Life According to Rachel by Madison Cunningham. Not that it is a competition, but I challenge you to find a sadder song that makes you question how you are spending your life. Story 28. Nothing rhymed. If I give up the seat I have been saving to some elderly lady or man, am I being a good boy? Am I your pride and joy? Mother, please, if you think, say I am. And if while in the course of my duty, I perform an unfortunate mistake, would you punish me so, unbelievably so? Never again will I make that mistake. This feeling inside me could never deny me the right to be wrong if I choose. And this pleasure I get from winning a bet is to lose when I am drinking my Bonaparte shandy, eating more than enough apple pies. Will I glance at my screen and see real human beings starve to death right in front of my eyes? Nothing old, nothing new, nothing ventured. Nothing gained, nothing stillborn or lost. Nothing further than proof. Nothing wilder than youth. Nothing older than time. Nothing sweeter than wine. Nothing physically reckless, hopelessly blind. Nothing I could not say. Nothing why, because today. Nothing rhymed. Story 29. If dreams are like movies, then memories are films about ghosts. Counting crows. Don't you wait, because the faster you let go, you will receive what you need. Group love. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush and rush until life's no fun. All I really have to do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Alabama. Story 30. Para que se sientan en familia, copiamos sus barrios y su estilo de vida. Tratamos de hablar en el lenguaje de la alta sociedad para que no nos crean incivilizados. Cuando visitamos sus ciudades, nos fichan y tratan como a delincuentes. Rusos, ingleses, estadounidenses, franceses se ríen de nuestros novelescos directores. Latinoamérica es un pueblo al sur de Estados Unidos. Story 31. Cadmium X Rival X Arc North, Coming Home. One of them. Before this post, I thought the words were "The world is adventure, brokest the time." I thought that brokest meant something like through. It was actually to all the adventures, Go against the tide. Yes, English is my second language. Story 32. Jim Carrey by King ISO. I'm in the mirror, me and God seeing eye to eye. Finally revitalized. Perpetual peer pressure made me personified. Picture painted by supremacy in which I'm not obliged. Plato said I'm taught to identify but do not define. The only black sheep in the group like shepherds stop the lying. What makes me me is it content I forcefully had to digest just so I can die. Or was it God's plan to hide so sick can ISO find? But I digress, I guess. Wait, am I alive? My test, I guess, that I passed with flying colors. Like a rainbow that's inside the sky. These doctors' plans worked against them. Gave me meds to lose myself. But what did I do? Hi. Literally was brainwashed to unlearn everything I knew. It's true, so look at my new mind. I taught myself but let the universe do a verse. And through a verse I'm blowing up now. Get it, what's mine is mine. Story 33. Long as I can see the light. Song by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Put a candle in the window. 'Cause I feel I've got to move. Though I'm going. I'll be coming home soon. Long as I can see the light. Be still by the fray. If you forget the way to go. And lose where you came from. If no one is standing beside you. Be still and know I am. Story 34. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Sam Stone by John Prine. Story 35. Leonard Cohen's You Want It Darker always gives me chills. Both in the delivery and the composition of its lyrics. Story 36. How humbling it is to abandon pessimism and revitalize our ambitions with the solace of companionship. Emotions, relationships, resilience, and ambition are translucent forever. Story 37. It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember that we are alive for the first time. It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember that we are alive for the last time. Story 38. Sundown Gordon Lightfoot. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. It just sounds like a rough relationship. Story 39. Feelings are fatal mxmtun. How many times must I keep it inside? I need to let go and I swear that I've tried. But opening up means trusting others. And that's just too much. I don't want to bother. So I'll keep it inside and I'll bury it deep. I know it's not healthy, but you won't hear a peep. Though I'm always sad and I'm always lonely, I could never tell you that I'm breaking slowly. Story 40. World's smallest violin. For when I somehow manage to mess up my life, somewhere in the universe, somewhere someone has it worse. I wish that made it easier. I wish I didn't feel the hurt. Story 41. Tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. You are young and life is long and there is time to kill today. And then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Story 42. Alter Bridge Blackbird. Ascend. May you find no resistance. Know that you made such a difference. And all you leave behind will live to the end. The cycle of suffering goes on. But the memories of you stay strong. Someday, I too will fly and find you again. Story 43. Real truth about it is no one gets it right. Real truth about it is we are all supposed to try. Story 44. Recognize this as a holy gift and celebrate this chance to be alive and breathing. Story 45. This is for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, I have been there and done that. But every day above ground is a great day. Remember that. Story 46. A wise man once said, "Shorty, she is so fine, I have to make her mine. An ass like that has to be one of a kind." Truly inspiring. Story 47. Not even really a song, just around a minute long. But Door, by I don't know how but they found me moves me to tears every time. It pretty much sums up my attachment issues in a melodic and haunting way. Story 48. Rain comes pouring down, falling from blue skies. Words give out a sound, coming from your eyes. Story 49. We are just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old town. Have we found the same old fears? Wish you were here. Story 50, You've Got a Friend. Original or cover versions are all good. The message conveyed by the song's lyricist Carole King remains sincere. When you are down and troubled, and you need some loving care, and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there, to brighten up even your darkest night. Story 51, 100 years by 5 for fighting just hits me right in the feels. I guess because I'm middle-aged and wonder where time went. Story 52. Oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living has gone. John Cougar Mellencamp, Jack and Diane. Story 53. Sweet disposition, the temper trap. A moment of love. A dream. Aloud. 'Cause I'll be coming over. While our blood's still young. So young it runs. And won't stop till it's over. Won't stop to surrender. Story 54. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out of this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is, I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Yeah, I've been this way so long. Feels like something's off when I'm not depressed. I have some issues that I won't address. I have some baggage I haven't opened yet. I have some demons I should put to rest. I have some traumas that I can't forget. I have some phone calls I've been avoiding. Some family members I don't really connect with. Some things I said I wish I had not let slip. Some hurtful words that never should have left my lips. Some bridges burned. I'm not ready to rebuild yet. Some insecurities I haven't dealt with. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a lonely soul and the last to admit I need a hand to hold. Losing hope. Headed down a dangerous road. Strange, I know. Story 55. There is blood in the sink, and he is plunging his wrists in. A hangover halo is washing away. Mechanic school dropout stares into the mirror. Stands up in his derelict daydreams. Always too tall, always walked around wearing a smile that was never quite sure of itself. Planning a future of failures inflicted. In phone calls from strip clubs and bail bonds. There is a light left on. There is a pace to our direction. There is a movie still. Of a heart I would like to mention. Do not give me that look. I looked harder than most did. Let details like sharp nails punch holes in my shoes. Soft trace to frown as I put the receiver down. Where do I go for a pardon? There is a light left on. There is a pace to our direction. There is a movie still. Of a heart I would like to mention. We are listing what is left. A Sign Slayer t-shirt. A car up on blocks in his mother's backyard. Story 56. Stained. Throw it all away. Every word, syllable, and vowel was written for my last relationship. Story 57. Get free Lana Del Rey. There is no more chasing rainbows and hoping for an end to them. Their arches are illusions, solid at first glance. But then you try to touch them. There is nothing to hold on to. The colors used to lure you in and put you in a trance. Story 58. Asiwa. Summary. The rage of a former gifted child turned corporate employee. In Japanese, with vocal effects that convey intense anger. The Japanese text is clean, but the translations are often explicit to match the original's intensity and rhythm. It is recommended to review multiple translations. Story 59. If you are alive, there is no excuse. God gave you a gift that you do not yet know how to use. Get out of your mind, you cannot lose this one time. Could be right. I can see the hope that is in your eyes. I can see the magic in your life. But they do not know that it took you your whole life to rediscover. Try to find your purpose before you leave. Story 60. The very simple phrase Maya Maya, Maya Maya, at the end of Loving You, reflects that Minnie Riperton was singing to her daughter Maya Rudolph before dying of cancer in her 30s. It is sung with so much love, and if you watch videos of her singing it live, you can see it on her face. Story 61. Drowned by Bring Me the Horizon. What doesn't kill you makes you wish you were dead. I've got a hole in my soul growing deeper and deeper, and I can't take one more moment of this silence. The loneliness is haunting me. This helped a lot during difficult times. I needed to move away to improve my mental health. It has been almost 11 years since the song was released, so there is nothing to worry about anymore. Story 62. Bob Marley burning and looting. I had heard this song before, but after Hurricane Maria, when people were looting storage houses and large project trash containers were burning, I understood. Especially as it came from desperation and hunger, without getting too political. Story 63. Daddy, Daddy Do. And that diabolical Suar Sinai. Kimi wa shoujo na no boku wa yari kai bichi no osu de yo. So meaningful it moved me to tears. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.